Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stephen Breach coming to you here today as we're sitting here talking about Week 12 of the NFL season. Of course, this is Thanksgiving football. We're just going to be talking about the Thursday games, the big three that is going down. This year, I decided not to go with the Pick'em weeks. It just seemed that last year these videos died out and not very many people were watching them. But honestly, in my mind, Thanksgiving football is very important to me. This was always one of my most favorite weeks to talk about football with the short week coming up and then three games taking over Thanksgiving Thursday. Of course, as everybody knows, Dallas always gets to play at home. Detroit always gets to play at home. And then a few years ago, they added the third game that was put on the NFL Network. I honestly don't know how they split them up. I think that CBS normally gets the Lions game. I think that Fox normally gets the Cowboys game. And I think NBC had a game last year, but I'm not 100% sure who gets that third game, if it's them or if it's the NFL Network. But there are people out there in the world who don't have cable. And they're going to miss out on that third game, I guess. But they'll figure it out. They'll find some way to watch it if they really want to. It's been a few years since my Niners played on Thanksgiving Thursday. They played the night game against the Baltimore Ravens. I remember I ate a lot of food. I passed out. And I didn't care that the 49ers lost that game. I went to sleep. They were down, and I had no regrets on the fact that I didn't watch the end of that game. I'm sure Lions fans and Cowboys fans are used to the fact that this is going down, but honestly, in my mind, I don't think I like the fact that a game is on and I give it 100% of my attention. No, you know what? The Niners played on the Seahawks on Thanksgiving like 3 years ago and they lost. I do remember that. That was horrible. They got their asses kicked. They played like shit. That was a bad time too. So my Niners really aren't that good anymore, so I'm not really missing out on it. But um, in this week's games, you've got the Lions going up against Minnesota. I can honestly tell you that I don't know a lot about the Lions. I haven't seen them play this year. Minnesota really surprised a lot of teams, but honestly, since their offensive coordinator quit, that team really hasn't been able to get off the ground. A lot of people are giving it up to them, bringing Sam Bradford in, being able to find a way to win, and yeah, I think they went like 3-0, and then they started to jump the shark. But I like Detroit. Megatron retired last year, but I still am a fan of Matt Stafford. I don't think he's going to be with the Lions forever and ever. I wouldn't be surprised if he finds his way out of Detroit whenever he gets the chance. Um, I think that honestly it's going to come down to the fact that Detroit might want to pay him and might want to keep him there, but he's just going to want to go to greener pastures and get out of Detroit. I'm going to take the Lions to beat Minnesota in the morning game, which starts at 9:30 a.m. here. I'm going to take Dallas to beat Washington. Dallas has been a real big surprise this year with Prescott and with what's the name of their running back? Is it Ezekiel Jackson? I got him on my fantasy team. I'll tell you that much. He's been burning it up. Yeah, I keep him my team in the Russell Crap Fantasy Football League going strong. But this is a tough one. I mean, Kirk Cousins had a great game for the Redskins on Sunday Night Football, beating the Bengals. Lots of talk about him running up and getting in the face of his GM, saying, "How you like me now?" He got a deal. I think he got franchised because they weren't 100% sure that they wanted to pay him for a multi-year deal. It looks as if right now they should have paid the man. It looks like it's really going to work out there. I know that Washington has had a roulette wheel of quarterbacks, all over the board over who's going to start. RG3 didn't work out the way they really wanted to, and they gave up a lot to get him from the Rams. But I'm going to take the Cowboys to just keep rolling with this miracle season. And I'll take them to beat the Redskins. And then the night game, it's going to be a little bit tougher. You got Pittsburgh going up against Indianapolis. Indianapolis, I picked them to lose last week. I think they played Tennessee. I think that's who they played. And Indiana being able to pull it off. I keep thinking that the Colts are going to go on a slide, a lot like the Packers have this year. I just keep doubting the offense. I don't think they're going to be able to get it done. Pittsburgh hasn't really been the same Pittsburgh team this season. They showed up some weeks. They showed up and just left all of their courage on the bus and just gone in there and not had a good game. They lost that game to, I believe, the Dolphins, but they got their asses kicked. They lost that game. Didn't they lose last week? Who beat them? But I think it all ends and begins with Big Ben and what they got going. They had a great team. I mean, you looked at Pittsburgh at the beginning of the season. You didn't think they were going to be able to get it done. DeAngelo Williams ran the ball spectacularly for them for 3 weeks, and they continued on strong. So those are the 3 football games that's going to get played on Thanksgiving Thursday. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and we can talk some football another time. If not, I'll see you guys down the road. Peace out, everybody.